Welcome everyone, this is the first edition of Half-Assed Answers, where you ask the questions and I give you the half-assed answers. Just deciding what delivery I'm going to make today. Starting in Milano, Italy. I think I'm going to go for the wooden beams here. 29 tons. It's going to give our Cat 550 a workout. So, let's see how we go. Installed it already. It's going to be a fun one. I'm going to tell you a quick story first, and I will leave a link in the description. As you may or may not know, I have a G27 Logitech steering wheel that I use for this game, as well as Assetto Corsa and pretty much every other racing or driving game that I play. And recently it's become a little suspect. I'm having some issues specifically in this game with it. The centering is super stiff, and it's always trying to center on me no matter what kind of settings I provide, whether it's through the Logitech program or in the game or whatever the case may be. So I started doing some of my normal internet research, and I have come across a plugin that somebody wrote specifically for the Logitech wheels. And in my very short time of using it, including this video, I am pleasantly surprised with how it functions. It's almost exactly as a normal steering wheel in any vehicle should act when the engine is off. You can barely move the steering wheel under low speed conditions. It's a little harder to turn, but then once you get up to highway speed like this, it's nice and fluid. No harsh resistance like I was feeling with the Logitech Profiler app, so hopefully it works out for me. I will give you more feedback as it becomes available to me. It also utilizes the LEDs on the G27, which is really cool. I have it set to RPM. There's a multitude of different settings you can have it on. I just chose RPM. Also, I am using the MHAPro map. This only kind of remodels and restylizes the stock map. It doesn't really add too many additional roads or anything like that, but it does add some realism to the stock map. So in the probably 3 or 4 hours that I've used it, I would highly recommend it. So if you haven't checked that out, that's the MHAPro map. I will leave a link to it in the description so you can easily find that if you so desire. Now it looks like this is our trailer here. They always give me this one over in the corner for some reason. All right. Almost matches. Did a pretty good job picking out my paint job there. Let's check our GPS. Want to make sure we get everything set up here. That looks good. Not a back road, so that's good. I think we got one back road section, but not too shabby. Okay. So, like I was saying, this is the first edition of Half-Assed Answers. I asked for some questions a little over a week ago. It was a bit slow going, unfortunately, but we managed to get some. We'll see how many we get through here. Hopefully all of them. So first on the docket was a rather simple question sent in from Google Plus by a certain Dino. His question is, SELP. Well, it's kind of a vague one, so I guess I will give you as much information as I can. I am playing ETS2 on a Sunday in a Kenworth T800. Probably going to destroy this corner right here. I actually managed to do it without hitting anything. That's amazing. I'm never prepared for that corner. I've been attempting to do some modding in my free time because I don't like getting frustrated enough that I have to add modding to the list. I don't know that I have been very successful. folks are reporting some issues with the few things that I have done, so I have to go back and look at those. But you can't say I didn't try, right? Let's see, what else is going on? Christmas is coming up if you celebrate that holiday. Always a busy time with family and friends and traveling and things of that nature. So, you always got to remember to be safe out there on the roads, like I am hitting the guardrail. So that's about what's up. Not much more I could add to that, I suppose. As it wasn't really a specific question. You're gonna come in on me, huh? Wow. All right, so Dino, thank you for the question as vague as it is. I hope that answers your question about what's happening right now. Let's check out the next one. This one is also from Google+, from Jared Campbell. He says, "My son would like to know, what's your favorite truck?" Well, if we're talking about trucks like in ETS2, if we're talking about the base game, I'm gonna have to say the Mercedes-Benz Actros, new Actros, more specifically. It's one of, if not the best looking truck personally, I feel personally. It is expensive, but you also, once you get into other types of trucks and you start upgrading them all the way, they end up costing just as much, and you have to start out with less. So, in this specific game, I would say the earlier the better to get on board with Mercedes or even the Scanias and the Volvos as well. Highest range of different engines and things of that nature as well, so very customizable. If we're talking about American trucks, like the Kenworth I'm driving, or one of the Peterbilts that I usually drive, I'd have to say in this game, the Peterbilt 389 is an excellent truck, but it also works off of previous style models of the truck. So you can add on different equipment from older trucks, so it's actually a fully customized vehicle. It's not technically a 389 anymore. If you were going on looks alone, I'm very fond of the 351 and the 359 style. Those are the older looking trucks with the oval head, or the circular or oval headlights, I suppose. And they're just big boxes of pure power, which I really do enjoy. And they're loud, and, you know, loud is cool. Now, in real life, my favorite truck, hard to say. I don't have... I've never owned a truck. I've had a few friends that have had trucks. But nothing that I would say that I was in love with and would need to own one. You know, of course I do miss it when I'm trying to do a home project and I can't go pick up a sheet of plywood like, you know, somebody with a truck could do. But I'm generally speaking a car guy. If I was going from, you know, I wouldn't mind driving one of these types of trucks in real life, but I would always have a car. I can't not have a car. So, hope that answers your question, Jared. All right, slow down here. Try to stay in the lines there, Jeff. Yeah, he's really done some, see this construction right here? He's really done some great work with the, with this map. That mod. So, remember to check it out. Gonna move on to the next question, I think. Oh, he's gonna drive into me. I can see it already. Ooh, okay. Alright, next question comes by way of Twitter. And it is from Ego Viking, one of my regulars on Twitch who watches me pretty much every time I'm on. So thank you, sir. His question is, what pickup line have you had most success with? Well, I have to say, this is a difficult question. I was never really the go-getter of the female. I would kind of stand around looking important, but mainly was very mousy. And so due to current situation, I'm going to have to say that the most successful pickup line I have used was in a video game. And the question was, do you want to join my guild? Now you're thinking to yourself, that sounds weird. And it may be to some, but I play video games. And so does my wife. And almost 10 years ago now, we ended up playing together in the same video game, in the same instance, at the same point in time. And I asked her if she would like to continue on quests together. And not knowing whether she was a female as her character claimed to be or not, of course, because we know that a lot of men like to play women in video games. Which I also have another funny story about. So right there is where it started. Of course, we were not married immediately after that. But I will tell you the game was Guild Wars. And after not seeing each other for a fair portion of time, I don't know, 3 or 4 years anyway, Guild Wars 2 came out, and sure enough, we both logged on and started playing again, and now she's sitting behind me playing video games on her computer. So that is my most successful pickup line. And I'll tell the side story, because it's grotesque and hilarious all at the same time. The guild that I had invited her to was led by who I thought was another female who made a point to try and pick up men in the game and then dropped a bomb that he wasn't after many years of pretending to be a girl. So that was a very weird situation. So next question. Hard to follow that one up. This one's from G+, again. Back to Jared. What is your favorite game genre? Well, I guess that's always subjective, maybe? I don't know. Objective? I guess you kind of have to hear the history a little bit first to understand what I like. I'm speeding. It all started with an Apple IIe computer. Playing Sticky Bear Math. And playing Test Drive. Now you're thinking to yourself, test drive? That's not that old of a game. But a lot of people don't know that Test Drive actually came out in the early 80s, and it was available for Apple. I'm not exactly sure what other systems, probably other systems of the time. I don't think Atari, but maybe. At any rate, it was a test drive. There's 4 cars. I believe it was a Ferrari Testarossa, a Lamborghini Countach, a Porsche Carrera 911, and a Chevrolet Corvette, if I'm not mistaken. And, of course, I was driving the Porsche 911. Why would you not drive that? And I had a joystick. And this joystick had one button. So, mind you, I am however old. I don't know, 4, 5 maybe? So this joystick had one button, so you would have to, in order to change the gears, you had to hold the button down and press in the direction of the gear you wanted, and then let go of the button, and then you could steer again. So those are some serious mechanics for a kid of 4 or 5 years old to be succumbed to, of course, in his first experience with a driving game. However, that was my favorite game. And I would play so much Sticky Bear Math in order to get enough credits, if you will, to play Test Drive. There was also another game that I can't remember. That was another car game, but it was based on theoretical. You could design a car with an engine and what it looked like, and see what its performance would be, and you had to design the best car, in the game and stuff like that. So I remember that. I just don't remember the name of that particular game. Anyway, so from there, I immediately go to Nintendo. And so, of course, you're talking about... I probably should have stopped there, actually, now that I'm looking at it. At any rate, you're talking about Super Mario Brothers. And my brother and I played that game days, hours, and the goal was, we were given the goal of beating it in order to buy another game. That was our... And I think if it wasn't for my mother stepping in and buying us another game, we never would have gotten another game, because neither my brother or I could beat that game. I don't know if I've ever beaten it. So that's where you're coming from when you're talking about what kind of genres I'm into. So the obvious truth is that simulation games, albeit very archaic by today's standards, took place very early in my life. So that makes you understand a bit about why I do Train Simulator and why I do Euro Truck Simulator and Assetto Corsa and Project Cars and those types of things. I've always been drawn to simulators. Played Falcon 4.0 when that came out for PC. I had a small joystick, you know, when I'm 14 years old or whatever it is. And, you know, those types of games, I just can't get enough of those, because there's no story, there's no end. You just do, you know, whatever it is you want. You're challenging yourself to, you know, like I am right now. I've got a steering wheel, I've got a stick shift and clutch and gas and brake and all these things, and I'm talking to you on a computer. So it's just about a challenge, and this is in a different way than somebody else playing Battlefield, we'll say. You know, the challenge is to destroy the other team or whatever, and that, while I've played those games, those are not my favorite game. I wouldn't immediately go out to the store. You know, if I just found out something came out today and it was Battlefield whatever, I would, you know, I'm not running out there. Whereas a simulation game, like American Truck Simulator coming out, if I could be any more on the edge of my seat, you know, I would. You know, and I've played strategy, you know, like RTS, real-time strategy games, and, you know, those are fun. I played Diablo 3. I mean, I played all the Diablos, but Diablo 3, I like Diablo 3 now that it doesn't suck. I've played role-playing games, Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout 4 just recently I've been playing as well. You know, I like all those types of games, but I just can't... I can't get away from the simulation games. They're just oddly too much fun for me. But that is my genre, is simulation games. It's pretty much the answer to that question. Sorry that was a little long-winded, but the point is to learn a little bit, I guess, right? Let's have a look at our map here real quick so I can figure out where I gotta stop. Alright, so we're almost there, so I don't think there's another rest place in between there. No, there isn't. Okay, so we're gonna stop there. But I will continue with my question answering. So, got a new follower to Google Plus, and they've asked a question, and they are Supers Online Sim Racing. Now, I haven't gotten involved in any of their online racing yet, but I appreciate the support, and let's see what their question is. Can you haul some sim super modifieds across the country? On video. Thank you very much. Thanks for the support. And, you know, there are a lot of mods in this game, and I believe, though it hasn't been updated in a very, very long time, there is a mod where you can haul... Yes, I know, this... I'm tired, I get it. You can haul race cars on a trailer in this game. Through a mod, of course, but it hasn't been updated in a long time. I'd have to look into seeing where I can get a hold of it. I'm not sure if it would even run on this version now, but I will certainly look into it. It's definitely going to be a fragile load, so I don't know if I'm that qualified to carry it, but we will see. As you all know, well, maybe not all of you, but as some of you know, my specialty is hauling pallets. And very recently, I have not been able to find a delivery of pallets. So if you watch the stream, you may see me hauling some pallets sometime after I find them. I think it's a mod that I've since deleted. But anyway, let's pull up and take a quick nap here. Oh, come on. No? Not in the parking spot enough? Nope. Alright, we're gonna have to go old school with this one. I'm gonna drop that right there. I'm gonna go over here and take a nap. Just like that. Don't worry, it's just because this trailer is a 53-foot American trailer, that's why it does this weird stuff. Alright. Let's finish our journey. Anyway, so the pallet thing. Kind of a funny thing. When I started Twitch, and I started playing ETS2. You know, you're obviously looking for interesting things to carry with your truck. You don't want to just carry something that looks like a box. I mean, kind of like this, like, but at least it's a 53-foot trailer. So it's a little more difficult to navigate. So of course the challenge was always to find something interesting. Well, I believe it was somewhere, maybe in Germany. I think I picked up a load in Germany, or I was looking for one anyway. And the order was to take it from Germany to Oslo, if I'm not mistaken, and it was pallets, empty pallets, and they gave me something like 35,000 euros or 40,000 euros to do it, so Ego Viking, who we just talked to, or we just had a question from a little bit ago, was very confused about how you needed to haul empty pallets to a location. Why wouldn't you just put more stuff on the pallets and send it back, but those questions I don't know the answer to. So I do know that in the retail world, they do ship empty pallets back. Not a full truckload at a time, of course, but at any rate, I'll see if I can find that specific trailer. With the race cars on it. I don't know if they're certainly not going to be super modified as far as I know, but I will definitely make a point to look. So thank you for the question, supers. And now for our finally apparently I can't talk. For our final question, we're going to be hearing from the venerable giant on the internet, Brad McLaren. And he has asked us a question that he knows only I can answer. And that is, what is the best way to clear international customs when hauling illicit nuclear weapons? Now, it's a pretty serious question, and it's mainly because it has come up in ETS2 before. The first time he joined the stream on Twitch, I was hauling a multi-million-dollar yacht, and there was some controversy about the trailer and why it was built the way it was built. And the controversy was that there was something else on the trailer, not just a yacht. And to this day, I myself am not quite sure. I may have hauled video game terror into Denmark, which is terrible because Denmark is such a peaceful place. We may never know. However, that seems to be the answer, is a multi-million-dollar yacht, because we all know that when money crosses the border, everybody looks the other way. Well, that does it for the questions. So I'm going to go on a little ramble now about the steering configuration, and I am thoroughly excited, I have to tell you. It has been a long time coming where my steering wheel feels like a steering wheel and not a computer thing. And this little plug-in is really doing it. It's impressive. It really is. Back when I was taking the rest and I shut off the truck, immediately when I shut off the truck, I could barely move the wheel. Like it was locked, just like in real life. Going around a turn like this at lower speeds, it's very stiff. When you're out on the open road changing lanes like at a good speed, just a slight touch and you're over. There's a very, very small dead zone, but I don't mind it at all. It actually it's almost like he's changed the ratio of the steering wheel as it's closer to the center line, so that you're not, you know, because I can move it back and forth. You can see the wheel steering there, but I'm not really going back and forth too much, you know? And I feel like that's, you know, that's definitely much more realistic than immediately turning like you would be beforehand. So please, if you haven't looked at this plugin, give it a try. Let me know what you think, especially if you have a G25 or a G27. I believe it works with the Driving Force GT as well, from what I was reading. It's just an excellent addition to the game. Absolutely recommend. Thought that went on to another highway. That was a little scary. Now that was quite a pull. Guys, if you enjoyed the video here, please remember to give me a like. And if you're new, thanks for watching. Hope you learned a little bit about me today. And I hope you learned a little bit about the mods that I'm using. If you haven't tried the MHAPro map, please do check it out. It's on the it's in the description. All the additional features in this map, like all these rocks, and these are all put in here by Alex for this map. He's done an excellent job by adding just little tidbits that make it that much more realistic. So big thanks to him for that. Also to all of you for supporting me. I know these are long videos where I ramble on and drive a truck, and you know, they're not that interesting to certain people, but to those of you that do watch them and do enjoy them, I do really appreciate that. And I see you all commenting and sharing them, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for that. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit easier on the eyes in the parking department this time, but we will see coming up here shortly. Just made that light. It's a beautiful thing. All right, here's our stop, E Acres. Like it's right in between these two trailers. See if we can make it happen. All right. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you have some more questions, don't hesitate to ask them with hashtag HFAnswers. You can do that on any medium. They all use hashtags now. Facebook, Google+, Twitter. Thanks for checking out the video today. I look forward to making the next one for you. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you for the next one.